In this lesson, we will learn about Active Directory Group Policy. First, we will answer the question, what is Active Directory Group Policy? Then we will learn about group policy configurations. After that, we will be working with the default domain policy. Finally, we will sum up our lesson with the keynotes. Let's answer the question, what is Active Directory Group Policy? As you may know, group policies are created as Active Directory objects called GPOs that contain Windows settings or instructions to perform certain tasks that are required by an organization, such as publishing applications or running a script. Group policies can be local or domain-based. Local policies are created on a Windows machine, which takes effect only on that machine. Domain-based policies are created on a domain controller, then assigned to a scope, which takes effect on comparable Windows machines within that scope. To understand domain-based policy, let's take a look at this network diagram. In this network diagram, we will create a new group policy on the domain controller CPVDC11. The group policy objects will be replicated to the domain controller OPVDC01 immediately. Now, when PC01 comes online, it will get the group policy updated from CPVDC11. And when PC02 comes online, it will get the group policies updated from our PVDC01. A group policy is divided into two configurations. The first one is computer configuration. With the computer configuration settings enabled, the settings are applied to computers regardless of users who log in. For example, if PC1 is assigned with a group policy named PC-GPO, then user A log into PC1 and after that user B log into PC1. They will get the same settings from the group policy PC-GPO. The second configuration is user configurations. With the user configuration settings enabled, the settings follow the users regardless of computers they log in. For example, user B is assigned with a group policy named user-GPO. And when she logs into PC1, she will get the settings from the user-GPO along with the setting from the group policy PC-GPO. Later on, user B decided to log into PC2. She will get the same setting from the user-GPO group policy. By default, a group policy has both computer configuration and user configuration enabled. As a best practice, only enable the configuration that has settings conflict. For example, in this group policy, we only have the setting with computer configuration enabled, so we should disable the user configuration in the policy. So how do I view and edit Active Directory group policies? To view and edit Active Directory group policies, you need to open Group Policy Management Console. To do that, you need to log on to an Active Directory domain controller with appropriate permission and click on the search button and type in group, then click on Group Policy Management. and it will open Group Policy Management Console. From here, you can create new group policies or edit existing group policies. As you may know, after the first domain controller is promoted for a domain, Active Directory automatically creates the default domain policy and associate it with that domain. To view and edit the settings on the default domain policy, you just need to right-click on the policy and click on Edit. Here you can view and edit all the computer configuration and user configuration for the default domain policy. How do we know which settings are enabled and configured on a group policy? As you may figure it out, it will take us a lot of time to go through all the settings using the Group Policies Management Editor. Fortunately, Microsoft gives us a better way to do it. Let's close the editor and click on the Settings tab. As you can see, here are all the settings for the default domain policies, and we see that only computer configurations has a setting enabled and the user configuration has no setting defined, so we can disable it. So how do we disable a configuration in a group policy? The easiest way to disable a configuration in a group policy is to click on the Details tab. As you can see, the current status is Enable, which means both user and computer configurations are enabled. Now let's click on the drop-down list of the GPO status. From the drop-down list, we see that to disable the policy, we need to select all setting disable, and we can disable the computer configuration by selecting computer configuration settings disable. And now to disable the user configuration, let's select user configuration settings disable and click on OK. That's it. This is the end of this lesson. Let's read the keynotes.